Hello, survivors. My name is Charles Dyer, and you're listening to Wasteland Radio. It's been a long time since my last broadcast, as I was busy doing on-the-ground research. I'd intended to track down members of the Human Purity Front, those individuals responsible for the Black Swarm event. But the area my contact was in proved to be net-infested, and they were long dead by the time that I arrived. I've made some progress tracking down information about Vineyard Biosystems and the people that were working for them. As I had said before, they were developing a treatment for aging using the nanites as a delivery mechanism. In the early stages, they were testing on human volunteers, notably active Special Forces personnel. With this, they were intending to make American Black Ops noticeably younger while maintaining their experience and efficiency in the field. This was partially military-funded venture dubbed Column Springs. This project would have changed the face of warfare forever, due to the fact that those who should have been entry-level soldiers could now secretly have been sleeper agents placed to infiltrate enemy armies. This explains why the age-reducing nanites weren't being released to the public, and why the wraps on them were being so tightly kept. A dossier pulled from the Crimson Metro in D.C. at my petition was recently declassified by Ronald Silva, the current acting president of the United States, at least until Robert Declan can be located or confirmed dead. This dossier that was declassified reads, "Our government, in conjunction with various private companies, developed a tool for the tradecraft of socially stealth operatives in the field. Dubbed Column Springs, the operatives resultant from this treatment have been spread globally in an operation dubbed Rebellious Youth. Their activation is on a per-mission basis, but is deemed to be highly reliable." This unfortunately suggests that the government had a hand not only in the events that led to the nuclear exchange, but as well were holding off on divulging the anti-aging treatment, which was the linchpin for the terrorist attack that caused the Black Swarm event. I don't necessarily think that they're to blame. Having a hand in it means that they had good reason to keep this on the down low, but the media revealing this secret, and the wealthy being able to bribe their way into the treatment while others were dying of what can only be assumed to be preventable malady, is a damning nail in the coffin. The question, therefore, must be asked: should the old ways and the America as we know it cease to be, or should we try to rekindle that old flame, rise from the ashes of our freshly nuked homes, and stand steadfast in the knowledge that we did this to ourselves? As for me, I'm standing with the former, but you all do as you see fit. You have survived, and that is something to be proud of, but now it's the time to pick up the pieces, dust off your shoulders, and get back to work. That's why I'm proud to have our first sponsor, Pemberton Ale Company, a company big enough to survive the blast, serving ice-cold Pember Ale in choice locations across the states. And what's more, they're hiring. Do you have a background in water purification? Even if it's just for pool management or the maintenance of a hydroponic garden, Pemberton Ale Company is willing to pay top dollar for the right candidates. If you would like more information, visit one of their many establishments throughout the wasteland, or you can contact them at P.O. Box P174E3, Atlanta, Georgia 3031. You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. Not sleet, not hail, not swarm nor bomb. Nothing can seem to stop the mail. The U.S. Postal Service is still operating in some choice states, and they say that most parcels will only be delayed on the scale of months. The most prominent problem the post-apocalyptic post office prepares to protect from is the procurement of payment in parallel markets. The banners and the standards both have currencies of their own. From the standards, black powder is being milled and distributed, and as such, they've opted to back their currency with gunpowder. For the moment, gunpowder can be purchased from the credits, but you can't purchase credits from gunpowder. They say that there's an issue with standardization across multiple mills. Pun discouraged. From the banners, sugar plantations in the southern areas have led to them backing their currency with pound bags of sugar. Sugar credits can be purchased to and from quantities of sugar at this time. In the meantime, the common man has been forced to resort to barter to trade for basic commodities, and since the US dollar can be plucked like a roadside flower off of a cadaver, in this way, the exchange rate is $73 per pound standard and $68 per pound banner. With the US dollar being so devalued, it will take some time for people to regain faith in the greenback and start spending again. Until then, it may be wise to consider using a currency backed by hard assets such as gold, at least until the dust settles. But, since I'm a man without gold, I have to go find my keep another way, while I wait for the news to happen around me. Whatever your situation is, I advise you to keep your head down, keep your guns close, and as always, stay alive out there.